This is the Shiba Inu 1 month overview reading for the month of August 2024. It's currently June 19th, 2024, 9:20 p.m. Eastern Time. Shiba Inu at the time of this reading is 0.000018315. That's 4 zeros after the decimal point, followed by 18321. That's USD. The shuffle video for the August reading was created on June 9th, 2024 at 3:55 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the video playing for you in the lower left corner. The overall theme and behavior for August for SHIB, the fortune card in the theme position can indicate quite a few different things. So usually it indicates a reversal of some kind, a reversal. So either a reversal to the upside or a reversal to the downside. Often it's to the upside because the fortune card can also indicate a significant or important high of some kind. It's crossed with the Hermit card, indicating that there's a significant decline on a 1 month chart scale that takes us to revisit a support level that we recently met once before. That was a past opportunity, and that's like, again, on a 1 month scale or a multi-day scale. Behavior around the highest high, we have a big move higher standing out on a 1 month chart to reach for a distant resistance, and that takes us into the high. Behavior around the lowest low for the month of August, we have a decline that increases with momentum moving forward into the low, and that decline will stand out again on a 1 month scale. Now, I'm going to get into the day-by-day chart behavior as well as timing the highs and lows and the best trade opportunities. Before I do that, though, I just want to make sure you're aware. The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by following the rule of karma for the channel. You go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, and 5% of the profits from every profitable trade utilizing this information should be donated forward to one of these charities, or pick a charity of your choosing as long as you're paying 5% forward, and then 5% should be sent back to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use Wise or you can use YouTube tips, and that leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you follow the rule of karma for the channel, the universe considers you an angel investor. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's get back into it. Just a reminder to everybody, make sure that you follow the sequence of events because occasionally you'll need to get a plus or minus 1 day of wiggle room here or there for timing. It happens, but the sequence of events will remain on track, so that'll help you to remain on track as well. On the first, we have a fast, sudden move higher. There's a reversal there on the first as well, but there's a fast, sudden move higher standing out on a 1 month chart, and then there's a reversal and it turns into a decline on the second with a prominent trough on a 1 month scale. The decline offering trade opportunity, I'll talk about in more detail in the paid version. There's a trough at the end of the day, and then there's a reversal there on the second as well, back to the upside. Sideways rotation on the third along key support. We have a trade opportunity, a lot of price change probably on the third. And there's a trough early in the day on the fourth. Out of a decline on the fourth, there's a big move from the bottom of the range all the way to the top of the range. And then we have a lot of price change on the fifth as well with another trade opportunity. A lot of price change covered and some surrounding an important support level on at least a 1 month scale. A lot of price change there. Sideways rotation into the sixth. That sideways rotation on the sixth ends with a fast sudden move higher and a prominent peak there. More trade opportunity on the seventh, an important support level on a 1 year chart scale highlighted on the seventh. A prominent peak there towards the end of the day. And then we have a sideways fluctuating decline on the 8th, taking us into a trough midday. A lot of price change there, a trade opportunity, and a big move out of a significant trough or low there on the 8th, 9th. A big move to the upside, taking us back to another prominent peak there. So it looks like that big move pushing the upper end of the range higher. This is probably the absolute high right here around the 8th, 9th. This is probably the absolute high for August. And it's like this breakout that doesn't hold. We have 3 pokes through the same trend line on the 10th, followed by a sharp drop off of the 3rd poke. On the 11th, a lot of volatility, a trade opportunity early in the morning, and a big rally towards the end of the day, which turns into a decline, a bearish price swings or a sharp decline on the 12th. But that decline does end with a fast sudden move higher either at the end of the day on the 12th or on the 13th. The rally into the 13th or in the morning on the 13th, it turns over into decline again, and then on the 14th. So in a lot of the cryptos, I'm seeing a possibility of a low over here around the 13th, and we have a cross-reading congruency for a low over here around the 14th on the SHIB. But this is also very toppy. This arrowhead here in this position next to an abundance card, next to the Princess of Wands card. So a little difficult to determine if there's a low here or not. But there's definitely a peak. A lot of price change there on the 14th. It looks like there's a move to the upside followed by a pretty notable decline. Like we have a peak midday and then a trough at the end of the day. And then on the 15th, we have a move higher through key resistance. We stay above it briefly and break back down through it shortly thereafter. Rallying into the 16th, however, on the 16th, that rally takes us to a peak in the morning of the 17th. And from that rally, we decline with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down into the 18th, where we do sideways rotation and a big move higher out of that sideways rotation. Before we go any further, though, let's take a look and see how we're doing for June. So our ellipses, we nailed. We drew this, I mean, I think it was probably like the beginning of May or whatnot, maybe even earlier when we drew this ellipse. And if you don't know these ellipses, when we draw a red ellipse, it means that there should be a trough that forms somewhere within this. The darker circle and the more focused circle is the higher probability, but it can be anywhere in here. And it's the same for green ellipses, except it'll be crests or peaks instead of troughs or lows. Looks like that cross-reading congruency right there was actually our high. This is the 5th, 6th here with the unicursal. So that really could be read as a high, but that was a difficult one to read for sure. But you see this clear kinetic movement and then the unicursal and the cross-reading congruency. So we had this pop, this big move to the upside earlier on the 5th, I should say, and then we decline back down on the 6th. Unicursal on the 7th, and you can see big drop to the downside on the 7th, but there's also the adjustment card there, and you can see we went all the way down to here, and then the adjustment card out of oversold territory, there's this big move back up. Failed attempt at resistance the following day. Unexpected move higher. Opportunity to open up a short there. Wasn't a high, but it ended up being an opportunity still, as predicted, an opportunity to open up a short, which you could have closed the next day. Another one on the 12th. Opportunity to open up a short, which you would have closed on maybe the 17th. That would have been a really solid trade. Or you could have waited until the 20th, or the 18th, the 19th, or the 20th. So these were solid trades, even though we were off on the highs. The lows, we had a low here on the 4th. We had it for like the 3rd or the 4th. We had another low here, 3rd and 4th. So you can see there was 2 of them, right? And then we have on the 7th, a low. On the 9th, not so much. Another low on the 12th. We should see a low here on the 20th. Overall, pretty solid trades, guys. The 17th, yeah, you could have done a day trade in there, or you could have opened up. Yeah, you could open up a short position either here in the midst of this big move to the top of a range and then added to it on the 19th maybe, which you could have done, but then you would have closed it here on the 20th. These would have been solid trades, guys. If you're interested in the paid version, great way to support the channel. I'm also really glad to say that this is a pretty solid June. May was like my worst month, and I can't even remember how long. It might be my worst month ever. And it gets scary, like when you put everything you have into this is my blood, sweat, and tears. Like my whole life surrounds doing this for people. And when it fails like that, oh my God, like I was horrified. But it's good to see we're back on track. I needed an energy detox, and here I am afterwards. If you're interested in the paid version, it's a really great way to support the channel. You're getting information in the paid version that you won't find anywhere else in the world. This is super undervalued information. Literally, only place you can find it is at Tarot for Traders and the Investor Profit. What you're getting is the timing of the best trades, what type of trades to make, also what type of chart behavior to look for as far as entry and exit into and out of those trades. You get any trades from a multi-month and a multi-year standpoint, and then any price level information that we're able to extrapolate. This is super valuable information. People with the paid version are making money. So the way that you get the paid version, you go to our website, Tarot for Traders, you hover over our services, click on SO Meta Posts, and then you want to scroll down to monthly subscription, click here to order. You can subscribe to any one of these individual crypto or ticker symbols for $2.49 a month, or you can get the all paid version, which gives you access to all of these crypto and ticker symbols for $4.99 a month. Not to mention, you are also getting any one-offs, any custom monthlies that people order for that month, and any monthlies that I do that are relevant to that part of the year. So there's going to be different monthlies coming out month to month, and you would have access to all of those paid versions through the all paid version. The most popular way to support the channel, and not to mention, it's a really great way to get my attention. So thank you to everybody that goes ahead and does that, and let's get back into it. Okay, so there's sideways rotation and a big move higher, but be careful on the 18th because there's also a notable decline to revisit a support level. It actually looks like on the 16th, there's a rally and a decline to revisit a support level, then more rally into a peak at the beginning of the day on the 17th. All right, so on the 19th, we have a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance, meaning another resistance, and then pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. Trade opportunity there. A lot of price change. A lot of price change on the 20th off of the peak. We have a decline to and through support to meet another support. We rotate sideways along that second support into the 21st where we decline further. So we have a in some of the cryptos, there's a low here. In some of the cryptos, there's a low here. So I'm just going to point that out there. There's a lot of price change out of the decline on the 21st. There's a lot of price change to the upside into the 22nd, where we have a peak that forms, and we decline pretty notably out of that peak on the 22nd to a prominent trough, at least. And then on the cusp of the 22nd and the 23rd, there's a breakout to the upside and a peak, possibly another high. But there's a peak here early in the day on the 23rd. Sideways rotation on the 24th, a trough early in the day on the 25th, and we have a crest that we sell off from down to and through support. We do a U-shaped reversal below that support, come back and reuse it as support there on the 25th. On the 26th, there should be a rally into a key resistance level and then a decline out of that into what may be a lowest low. A lot of the cryptos, there's a lowest low over there, but this over here is also standing out to me as a possible lowest low. Hard to say. Could be multiple reversals here. Price swings on the 27th and likely another high, or there's a prominent peak with a big move to the downside out of that prominent peak. A lot of price change in the midst of volatility on the 28th, a resistance level that we decline from, and then most likely we revisit that resistance level over the next few days, if not on the same day. On the 29th, we have a period of volatility and a sharp drop in that period of volatility to revisit a support level that we recently met before was past opportunity. We attempt to establish support there on the 30th, and then on the 31st, there's a rally that's halted by a decline through key support on a multi-day scale. The sneak preview for September, we have a bullish month overall with bumping along resistance sideways, possibly breaking through, bumping along resistance, and more possibly breaking through, but the majority is going to be bumping along resistance, at least for that piece, what it's talking about there. And that's Shiba Inu for August 2024. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. You know where to go. You know what to do. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay tuned if you got the paid version. We're going to get into the best trades momentarily.